man, there is some interesting stuff coming up from so many different companies in the coming months. I am going to be swamped with reading, but I am definitely going to be enjoying a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff indeed. There looks to be a really great amount. Oh. Hi, everybody out there in the Frontline universe. Hopefully you guys haven't been sitting there too long. But anyway, I'm Chris, and welcome back to another Dark Avenger weekly haul video. I would say comic books, but we got more than comics. And as always, here are the comics, by the way. We've got a nice amount. And as I'm looking in certain other books, which I'm going to add now to the top of this pile to talk about, yeah, we're going to have a lot of stuff coming in the coming months. Physically, we got a lot of stuff we're going to be reading digitally. Lots of really great books. And as always, I always recommend you guys check out the stuff from the indie companies, because there's a lot of really interesting titles outside there other than DC and Marvel. But once again, DC and Marvel also has a lot of... I got to be very careful when I say Marvel right now, but they do tend to have good things to read as well. Because, yeah, this is a nice amount of... Anyway, as far as the extras this week, I do have to make a mention about something, but we'll get into that when we get to the extras. But there is something to note when it comes to the extras that you probably, or actually definitely won't be seeing here. And there's a reason behind it, so stay tuned for the extras. But right now, let's get into the books that we got from this week. First of all, free in your local comic shops is, as you saw me reading, Titans Preview. It basically gives you guys a July to December, basically the rest of this year, what will be coming out from Titan Comics. And there's some really, really interesting books. As always, it's free, and it's something for you guys to just pull out or grab at your local comic shop, free of cost. See if there's any new books that are coming out that you might be interested in. And I can definitely say, looking through this book, there are a few books that I definitely will be interested in. And it's also for the kids. The kids, don't forget the kids. I love how Titan Comics covers the kids stuff too. So that's the Titan Comics review, free, once again, at your local comic shop. Speaking of indies, let's get into some of our indie books this week. We've got Sonic the Hedgehog, issue number 284. Mike will be reviewing this on Comic Frontline. His review will probably be up before you guys see this haul. We've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 60. I will be reviewing this, most likely before my the Dark Avenger comic book review show, so there probably will be a solo review for TMNT 60. I just have to finish reading the book. Got Civil War 2, issue number 4. And now the rest is all DC. Yes, that's right, just one Marvel book. But we read Marvel, a lot of Marvel we read digitally right now, so there's still more Marvel to come in the review show. So we got Action Comics, issue 960. I reviewed this already on Comic Frontline. Got Red Hood and the Outlaws, Rebirth one-shot, or is this issue number 1? Nope, this is a Rebirth one-shot. Yep. Thank you, Michael. We've got Batgirl. This is not a Rebirth one-shot. This is just Batgirl, issue number 1. Got Wonder Woman, issue number 3. Titans, issue number 1. I'm really excited to have this book, as well as Nightwing, issue number 1. Got Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns, issue number 1. The one-shot was interesting. Let's see how the series goes. Flash, issue number 3, which I also reviewed this week on Comic Frontline. And finally, we have Batman Detective Comics 937. I did have another book from this week, and I'm going to spoil it. Of course, you know, I waited an extra day for this to come in the mail, and I'm not surprised. And this is once again why I say, for those of you that are buying comics and know what comics you're getting, do not buy from Midtown, because lately I don't know what's going on with them. I live in New York. Midtown is in New York, Long Island, and it takes them longer than DCBS. DCBS is in, I believe, Indiana, and their books get to me literally almost 5 days before Midtown, and Midtown's closer to me. Go figure. But if you're gonna order books, and I'm not gonna harp on or talk down on or criticize Midtown. I'm just gonna recommend you guys go to DCBS. DCBS has great deals, great prices. Yes, you have to order 3 months in advance. Yes, you have to give a whole month's worth of books, and yes, you have to pay for all of those books up front the month before. But you know what? In the end, you're going to be very happy with the shipping service, with the box, with the packaging service, and you're going to just be happy all around. Michael and I were very, hesitant to get into DCBS because of the monthly stuff. I'll tell you guys the truth. We've been doing this now this is the second month. We're going into our third month starting August. We could not be happier with DCBS. Brandt also uses DCBS, I believe. Dan uses DCBS. I don't know anyone. I think everybody else kind of goes to the low. And well, obviously Lisa and Brent live together, so they both get DCBS. But it was highly recommended to us. Also, our friend Ryan uses DCBS. That was the other one. There's somebody else too, but I'm forgetting. But I'm not going to keep adding names till I remember this person's name. But anyway, DCBS does an excellent job. They were recommended to us. I recommend them to you 100%. Love their service. Love the way they take care of their comics. None of them have come ripped, bent, bruised, anything. They take very good care of them. And we didn't even have to order or add this like we do on Midtown. They just literally threw this in on their own. We got a poster once. It's great service. So other than the comics this week, we also did get the next book, speaking of DCBS, of previews. Since we're buying from DCBS, we take the first week before we make our monthly order, and we go through this book and we see if there's anything that we'd like to add to our pile or our haul. Also, the collectibles and the stuff like that, the manga list comes all from this book. Also connected with this book is the Marvel preview, because Marvel is so hefty. They got their own book, but it comes free if you buy the previews book. And also, unfortunately, now separate from the previews magazine, because it's an extra $1, I believe now, is Image Plus. This is issue number 4, or volume, or I believe, yeah, we're just going to call it issue number 4, because that's what it is. It's for this month. And it has part 4 of Negan's origin. And they've actually, I don't know if they did this in volume 3, but they're starting to add posters into it, which I think is really cool. Obviously, we're not going to pull the poster out, but I think it's really awesome. Image Plus magazine is $2, worth your money. Worth your money indeed. So that's all the books. Now, extras this week. You're going to notice that extras are a bit small, and there's a reason why. There are 2 things that Michael and I got. 2 things. And for those of you that go on my Instagram, you will see the box size of those 2 things. And Tommy is playing in the box. So it's a nice size box. There are 2 things that we got that we did not want to add to this haul yet, because it's part of a surprise to a series that we're working on for Comic Frontline. Now, there's a series that we're bringing back this weekend. The series where we got the things from that are not in this haul, that count for this haul because it counts as the money from this week's haul, you will see, if not by the end of this week, by next weekend, you will see what those 2 things were, and you will understand what the series is, and from that point on, we won't have to hide what we get in the haul. It's just for this week, we want to surprise you guys with this series, because everybody kind of could tell what series we're bringing back, so you've all seen them before. This is something completely new. So we want you guys to be surprised when we do it. So there's 2 things right there, 2 big things that you can't see. So just imagine that there's 2 big things behind me. Other than that, this week, also, since we went with comics, let's go with the stuff that came out this week first. ReZero, one of my favorite animes right now on our Anime Weekly schedule for both for both spring and summer, is ReZero. ReZero has now hit the manga and graphic novel shelves. So when I saw that, I got this. And I pre-ordered Volume 2, and when Volume 2 comes out, I'm going to pre-order Volume 3, because ReZero has been an amazing series, and I really do hope it gets a dub. And then, of course, also, everybody should know this book's coming, Assassination Classroom Volume 9, and the good news is, Volume 9, the middle of the book, right about, here, is where Season 2 begins. So Volume 9, for those of you that were wondering, is where Season 2 of Assassination Classroom takes place. Which is really cool, because now I'll know from issue 10 on, which there's only one more volume to go before we're caught up, we're in Season 2 already. So I believe there's only going to be about, maybe, since it took 9 volumes to get to through Season 1, probably another 9 volumes till we get through Season 2, and then we'll be done with Assassination Classroom. But Assassination Classroom, ReZero, Twin Star Exorcist, we have a definitive list now of books that we are going to be getting. Instead of going backwards and grabbing all these separate novels, we're going to try to get all the current stuff. Only thing that I'm grabbing right now that's a bit further forward is Fairy Tail. I do want to try to get back and get into Fairy Tail. So we're going to gradually get the new stuff as the new stuff ends, because Assassination Classroom does have a definitive end, and I believe ReZero also will have a definitive end. As books end, that's where we'll go into different series. Other books that we'll be adding are Taboo Tattoo, so you can look forward to seeing those at some point. Probably when Assassination Classroom we're caught up, I'm going to play catch up with Taboo Tattoo, but I think there's only 3 volumes out. 4th one's coming in October, so not too much of a catch up. And then Ultraman I'd like to catch up on and that's a bit bigger than the average manga, as you guys saw in that haul. But anyway, I want to make sure you guys can see these. The last thing, unfortunately, the only thing you guys are going to see for right now this week is, you guys know we got SpiderGwen last week. This week we got the SpiderGwen Hot Topic exclusive, which means we're only now missing the Walgreens exclusive. And Walgreens are all around our house. You know, we have a few around our area, so I'm going to scour the Walgreens and see if I can find myself. This is the unhooded version. The other version of SpiderGwen is the unmasked, but she still is wearing the hood version. I figure I got 3 Swamp Things. I would like to get the 3 different versions of SpiderGwen also if I can. Especially this was actually the same price as the regular Funko, and the Funko was $9.99. So to get an exclusive for the exact ssame price as the original is really tough. And the Walgreens one online is not exactly friendly to buy. It's about $25, I believe they're asking for it right now. I'll find it at a local store for $11.99. So that's all the haul we got for this week. Remember, guys, there's 2 things big behind me that you can't see, but you will see soon. So look forward. Let this be a bit of a teaser for you guys. There's something coming. There's 2 series coming. One thing's going to come out probably Sunday night. The other series will probably come out in the late this week or this coming weekend. So anyway, that's all for this haul, guys. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. What did you guys get this week? What are you looking forward to reading this week? I know it's Sunday. I know most of you have finished your reading already, but basically tell me what you got this week and what you enjoyed at least. Hold off on telling me your thoughts on the books from here. Let's save that for the comic book review show, because I love hearing from you guys, and I've been getting really great feedback on that show as well. So just let me know what you guys picked up this week in this video, and then we'll move our thoughts on the books over to the review show, which will be in a night or 2 from now. Or I shouldn't say a night, a morning or 2 from now. You're seeing this Sunday morning. It'll either be Monday morning or Tuesday morning. You guys will see the Dark Avenger review. And yeah, we'll move on from there. Tuesday at 9:30, well, 10 o'clock-ish Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, Comic Frontline Live. I almost said Dark Avenger Live. Comic Frontline Live. Dark Avenger Live is on Fridays at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, everybody take care. Hopefully you're having and had a great weekend. And hopefully you're ready for this week. I know everybody hates Monday, so I apologize for that. Till then, Comic Frontline, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Hopefully you've subscribed by now to Comic Frontline. We're in your sub box, and you're not missing out. I could talk on a single video because we got lots of new things coming out daily. Same thing on the comicfrontline.com website. Also, a little teaser for next week. Since I didn't give you guys a lot this week, we do have one thing we're getting next week that we're really excited about. Next week's haul video is going to be suicidal. And that's all I'm going to say. Stay tuned to find out what that means. Take care, everybody. Keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll see you guys real soon in the next video.